take it. Oh, that's all right. If you could go, you'd probably pick white. That's a pretty solid one. I'm considering doing white as well for tonight. I know Kenny's looking at green. Cody said red, obviously, for Goblin Pile Driver. Pull this up on the screen for you guys. Gone green and white at every pre-release I've ever gone to now. Yeah, those are usually some of the very solid colors to do for drafting in like a sealed pool. But for those of you that are coming down for the pre-release, even if you're still thinking about it, definitely come down to Hometown Hobbies, located at 1119 4th Avenue in Huntington, West Virginia. We'll be doing our pre-release here probably pretty close to midnight. Depends on if any of our tournaments go over a little. Might delay it slightly, but we are pretty set on trying to get everything started at midnight. Get you into the new set as quickly as possible. It's $25, and it gives you a raffle that goes into our Sunday giveaway. If you're present on Sunday and you played, you can get a box of the new set. If you played in any more of our events that are located on the left side, we've got several going on for the next couple days. Playing 5 or more, you can upgrade that box to a box of Modern Masters 2015. So if you win, that's definitely something sweet that we want to definitely give to our players. And we're looking at trying to get another match going on. We appreciate your patience in between games. Shouldn't be too much longer. So it was wouldn't say that was the slowest game. Both that combo. I'm surprised at how fast some of the combo decks in Modern actually end up going off really quickly. But at the same time, it was 2 in Cody's favor playing mono red aggro, so only so much you can really do there. Mono red burn, whichever you'd rather call it. So out of the Planeswalkers coming out, which one's your favorite, guys? Kenny's is Nissa. I'd have to go with Gideon. I really like Gideon. I think Gideon's in the creature form, he's really solid. Once he flips into Planeswalker, his abilities are very similar to the old Gideon that was originally printed. I think he's very sweet. But the new Nissa definitely looks sweet. Jace is, I mean, I like the new Jace, but obviously he's no Mind Sculptor. I'm never going to print anything similar like that again, probably. But I think he's definitely not bad. He'll have his place like every Jace ends up finding. Chandra seems a little hard to flip. Very susceptible to just dying in the process of her trying to flip. She has to, I think, deal 3 damage, so she either has to attack and untap and then tap to deal a 3rd point of damage, or just any kind of combination of the sort. And who am I missing? I mean, oh, Liliana. Yeah, Liliana's just Liliana. She looks fantastic. Get a 2/2 and she flips, and then her Planeswalker side is off the chain. I think they're all good. I think this whole set's just fantastic. Not a fan of any of the Flipwalkers. They're all too fragile for Legacy, Modern, or Vintage. I can agree with you there for Legacy. I think there's a... I'm not sure. Yeah, I mean, definitely not Legacy or Vintage, but...
Alright, we are back. If you switch the camera angle, sorry.
What do I do, just move this one up?
No, actually, it's easier if you. Then move that one down.
Nice.
And there we go. Different people. We have Cody Faulkner at the top playing elves, and Tom Morris at the bottom playing Infect.
Infect is a very good deck.
Tyler is a proprietor of the Infect, if that's the way you want to say that.
Like Gideon, though, you should see. I really do think the new Gideon is fantastic. I fully agree.
Yeah, he's a pretty good card. Hopefully Cody knows the parameters roughly.
Oh, you need your phone.
For an idea of who I like better in this match, I think that it is. I think it's very draw dependent, of course, but I feel like there's a chance that it would be Infect over Elves. So I'm going to go tell them the parameters of where we can see their stuff, and I will be right back so they can see everything they're playing. And I'm going to leave you with Tyler while he color commentates.
Hopefully we can get everything sorted out there so we can actually get a match where everything is on the screen for you guys for once, because that'd be awesome. Just looks like they just need to move a little to like their Cody's left, Tom's right kind of situation. Just yeah, I mean they're gonna get it sorted out. But yeah, I definitely think it. I think a lot of the Planeswalkers, if we're referring to standard, will all see play minus maybe Jace. I mean, with a lot of Delve, I feel like he helps Delve, but at the same time he doesn't. I mean, it's really touchy with him. So same thing with the previous Jace that was printed with a Living Guild pack. Like he eventually found his place in a couple of decks. He was like a one of in the sideboard for some lists, but he was never like, oh my god, like I have to have Jace in my deck. Like Return to Ravnica with the Architect of Thought. That one was just bonkers in blue-white when that was a deck in standard.
Okay. So I think they got to figure it out. What was the die roll? 10 from somebody.
Looks like a Tom 1, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, that's a good start for him. Excuse me. Cody has a decent hand. He has a mana guy, an Azuri, and a Elvish Visionary. He's going to fast land out a mana guy.
That's Cody playing just elves?
Elves, yeah.
There we go.
Inkmoth's going to come down for Tom.
Oh, Cody won the die roll.
Oh, yeah, I guess so.
That would
Unless Tom is on the
sense.
play second, play with Infect, which we have seen crazier things in Hometown Hobbies, but it's safe to assume that Cody did win that die roll. He's also known as Andrew Faulkner. I didn't ask him how I wanted his name to be written on here. It's just it came out as Cody, so
He'll be all right.
Andrew, Cody, we always
We
call
all
him
know
Faulkner.
who he is.
Yep, he's a regular at Hometown.
He's a
And-
good guy.
Yeah,
That,
he is.
that Cody Faulkner guy. He's nice.
So we're going to see a fetch land come down for Cody, and he's going to... Oh, he drew a Heritage Druid for turn.
That's your shit.
That's a good card.
Tom turn 1 Inkmoth. That not bad, but it's also definitely not one of the best situations he could be in. Generally want some type of mana available.
He's just going to run out of a short druid. And that's not the worst play. It's going to pump all of his guys. It's going to put Tom on a pretty quick clock.
Tom didn't get a fetch, though. He got a Misty Rainforest, which is the Windswept Youth, I apologize.
So they're both going to be at 19. Thomas is probably going to go down to 17. He
Yeah.
might just grab a regular forest.
think he grabbed the
Yep, he's grabbing regular forest. So he might... Oh, he has the Misty in his hand to grab the one he actually needs. So he's probably just going to swing in with one this turn with the Ink Moth is what I can imagine. Since he didn't grab a blue source, he's not going to cast a Blighted Agent. He could play a Necropede. Or not Necropede, Ichor Clawmere.
Could also just play a Glistener Elf is also an option.
And leave up like Apostle's Blessing. So he's just
going to go in for one.
Swing in for one Infect.
That's fine.
Actually sort of worked fine.
Yeah.
I was surprised.
Doesn't look too shabby.
And we're going to see
Cavernous Souls.
Cavern on Elves.
Brutal.
Definitely going to play out Heritage Druid into Elvish Visionary. And Visionary's trigger is going to resolve, drawing him a card. I can't tell what he drew. It might be a second Heritage Druid. He does have another Elvish Visionary. Right now he's going to add 3 to his mana pool. And he's probably going to cast both of those. Unless he draws a Nettle Sentinel. Which is, I think, exactly what that was that he drew. So, he drew Nettle Sentinel. So this turn he could play Azuri if he wants. But I don't know Thomas' hand. It looks like he has Blighted Agent, Wild Defiance, and a few other things. I don't see any Mutagenic Growth type cards.
Ink Moth. He doesn't have a lot of pump spells.
Yeah.
It's not a good spot to be in. I probably would have mulliganed that.
So he has 5, 6 mana. He's going to cast Azuri and Nettle Sentinel and just pass it over.
That is brutal.
He has enough mana to float 3 with Heritage Druid's ability to tap 3 untapped elves to get 3 mana and pump his or regenerate his 3 of his creatures with Azuri. So even if somehow Tom killed some of these creatures, it doesn't really matter because he can just regenerate them. So a Wooded Foothill is going to come down for Tom. He's going to crack it. Go down to 18, and we're going to see what he's going to grab if he goes for the breeding pool this time.
He's just got to go for it, because right now, he's got almost lethal on the board, doesn't he?
With Azuri, he 100% has lethal next turn. Azuri, do you know what it does?
Vaguely.
I think it's 3 green to use his ability.
Gives everybody trample.
Yeah, +3/+3 and trample.
It gives him overrun, basically.
Yes.
It's just ridiculous.
It might be +2/+2 and trample. I asked you if you knew what it did. Do I know what it does? Because it's obvious.
Question.
I don't. No, I don't.
It gives an overrun-like mechanic.
That is a quick scoop from Tom, as he was unable to handle all of those elves, those pesky elves.
I feel like you definitely take out the Wild Defiance here. You grab some type of I'm actually not sure what kind of board clear you really grab. Infect is very light on board clear.
You can't. I mean, you can side in Spell Skites as like a way to try to stop things from happening, but it looks like I can't tell what he was siding out.
Looks like he sided out the Spellskite and Wild Defiance.
He might side out his Jataxium probes.
Might make sense.
Maybe not.
I don't think you get rid of that kind of information, though.
Looks like he got rid of Mutagenic Growths. And put in some red cards. He's going pretty fast. I was unable to see what those are.
Those are really
and
fast
I was spending time looking at him, so now I'm having trouble seeing what Andrew's siding out. That's Elvish Champion. I didn't know that card was in that deck. So that's pretty interesting that he's running an Elvish Champion in his, which I believe it gives all your elves Forest Walk, and he's playing Infect, so he can make unblockable elves, which is pretty boss. And it's 2 triple green to give your elf creatures +3/+3 and trample. So it is overrun minus a colorless plus a green.
Not too shabby.
Does Elvish Champion give Forest Walk 2 elves?
She indeed does. She's a 3 mana 2/2. Other elf creatures get +1/+1 and have Forest Walk. So it's definitely some good sideboard tech coming out from Cody Faulkner. It's gonna definitely be a little rough for Tom there.